Storms are coming.
Message from Citrus County Emergency Management. Initial rain bands from Tropical Storm Debby will be entering Citrus County soon.
Not surprising to hear that. And the winds are getting extreme. The trees are really going. So we're gonna head out. Till further notice, we are on a mission to explore, create, and we hope to inspire you to try new things too. So you might be wondering, what does life look like at the RV home base in Florida when there's a storm coming? Possibly a hurricane, definitely named Debbie. Scott's taking down our Starlink dish. We gotta take it down anyway because we're gonna take it with us on our RV trip. Now we're gonna get up and clean out the gutters, because why do what you can 3 weeks ago and when you can put it off till the day before a hurricane?
Gotta hurry. That heat index is going to be 111 today.
So the storm we've got coming in right now is Tropical Storm Debby. We are under hurricane watch because they think it could potentially turn into a hurricane. That was aimed right toward us. Now it's looking like it might go a little north of us. That's our big beloved oak tree that goes right over our house. So we trim it back a little every year, but I think we better trim some more off of it. That's right over the house, unfortunately. But it's also the thing that fills all of our gutters with debris. I know what you're all thinking. Chop that tree down. I don't want to chop that tree down. It's all got all kinds of habitat in it, but I don't want it to fall on the house, so we might have to trim up some of this. Watch your head. Roof and gutter's done. I'm gonna go do the RV. Sorry about all the sweat. It's very humid. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put water in the RV to weigh it down a bit and bring the slides in.
Okay, remember that water pipe that I broke mowing the lawn last week? I was just coming through here and I did a little side swipe and I took out the water pipe. Anyway, going through my bag of tricks here, and I do have a cap that I can go ahead and put on it so I can get, because I had to shut the water down in the house. Do we have any bread? I need a bagel.
Not quite the time to be asking for a bagel, is it? Are you hungry, or is this to fix the plumbing?
No, I'm not gonna eat the bagel. I'm gonna cram the bagel down in the pipe to keep the water from coming out so I can keep it dry enough, long enough to put the fittings back together.
Will sourdough work? I have this bread.
Is that sourdough? That's not sourdough.
No, that's just cheap bread.
Just whole wheat?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to fix it before I can get any water to the RV.
Yeah, all we did was cap it off. Detour, fix water pipe, then fill RV, then bring sides in, then move into the house and shower, and then pack things.
Should have water again. A tropical depression is when you have to go into Walmart on a sunny day. Okay.
The water frenzy has already begun. Are you building a raft or what?
It's not what you think. I know I'm a Florida newbie, but I'm not getting these because of the storm.
Message from Citrus County Emergency Management. Initial rain bands from Tropical Storm Debby will be entering Citrus County soon. Conditions will deteriorate quickly. Strong sustained winds near 73 miles per hour. Possible tornadoes. Localized flooding, coastal storm surge of up to 7 feet, and intense rainfall up to 10 inches or more in certain areas could be expected. The winds could last up to 12 hours.
Well, we're starting to get our warnings and calls in already, so I think the first band is about to hit us pretty quick. The wind's picking up and we're getting the phone calls. Are you ready for the storm?
Yeah, I'm just gonna steam a shirt first.
That sounds like a priority.
Yeah, it may not seem like a priority, but for me it is, because with this humidity, a loose fitting light shirt is worth its weight in gold.
Alrighty, well, in the meantime, I'm packing our go bag and Gracie's stuff.
Do you want to have a slumber party at Grandma's? Yeah? Do you want to have a slumber party at Grandma's tonight?
Much better to have a steamed shirt in time for the hurricane to hit.
Yeah, look at that. Survive a storm with class. Did you tell them the reason we're going to your parents really is because it's happening at night? There's nothing worse than having tornado warnings at night when you're trying to get sleep. We're going to sleep a lot better over in the sticks and bricks at Tammy's parents' house.
Right now we are under about 6 different warnings and watches. We just went under tornado watch. That's the scariest thing for us. If you remember last year when this happened.
This particular storm and its associated tornado warning, any debris in the air, it's going to be near the Ingalls community now.
They gave us like 10 minutes, woke us up with the sheriff calling and the alarm was going off. So we don't have time to go anywhere.
A sleepless night capped with a spritzer of panic and terror.
We had a tornado come right toward us. I'll link that above or below. We don't want to repeat that. The tornadoes are already popping up on radars down south from the bands, so we're expecting that will happen here too. We live in a mobile home. We have an RV. We don't have a storm shelter at this point. Oh, and we're supposed to get a lot of rain. Fortunately, our property seems to handle the rain really, really well. We'll get some puddles and it will go right down through the sandy soil that we have. Being in a mobile home and our RV, they are elevated off the ground. So I don't think that we'll ever have so much rain that we flood.
We've relaxed a lot since last year, which was our first full hurricane season in Florida, because for Hurricane Idalia, I covered all these windows in here.
And Scott got from my parents a weather radio for his birthday. So we have that ready to go and we'll take it with us when we go RVing. And speaking of RVing, some of you are probably thinking, why are you still in Florida? Well, that wasn't the plan. But life doesn't go as planned. We've had a ton of medical stuff come up.
Lucky me. I gotta come into Orlando 3 weeks in a row for injections, and the needles are that long.
2 more MRIs down, more tests to go. And why aren't we getting in the RV and using it as an escape vehicle and going away from the storm? Because the day after the hurricane hits, I need to be 2 hours away down in Tampa, and I'm going to be admitted to the hospital for some more testing. So we've got a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that have kept us in Florida longer than we anticipated, but it's all going to work out for the best because we have a granddaughter coming at the beginning of October, so we're planning on being gone hopefully the second half of August through October. It all works out, and then when we'll get back in the winter when we can actually function outside and not have heat stroke, and we'll continue working on the property and maybe get Scott's art studio set up.
So we put together a checklist that's going to help us in almost any severe weather circumstance where we have to evacuate. And, so whether we're leaving home and going to the parents' house, or whether we're in the RV in a campground and we're looking for a public shelter, we want all of our prescriptions, we want all of our meds, toiletries, contact lenses and glasses.
Gracie's Thunder shirt that keeps her comfortable, and her extra clothes, all of her beds, all of her meds.
A cooler with Gracie's food in it.
Since I have to make that homemade, it takes a lot of ingredients and time. So we are stocked up on that. She's got her own list. And then, of course, important documents. We're taking all of our hard drives, all of our YouTube, all of our photographs, all of our videos, all of our memories are on these hard drives. Of course, we're gonna take all of our camera gear just because it's expensive. I don't wanna have to replace it all. We're also unplugging everything electronic that we can, just in case we do get hit by lightning. We've having lots of storms that have been hitting all around us.
We need to get out to the RV and eliminate a little bit of lightning risk by unplugging both RVs from shore power and getting the cords off the ground. Here it comes. Probably should have done this before it started raining.
That's what I said. Let's load the truck before the rain starts. Come on. What are you doing, silly? We're not gonna leave you. We're not gonna leave you. Gracie's so worried about being left, she's running out in the rain. That's unusual. The gutters are already flowing over everything. We're just in the outer band right now.
I think we ought to be getting out of here.
Well, that was just the first little bit of the band, and I'm already seeing small branches and froms down. Might be a little bit of a mess tomorrow afternoon when we get back. But if that's all that happens, we're good. And I feel bad for all the people down closer to the Gulf because they're probably gonna get flooded. I wonder what our tortoise does during these torrential rainfalls, because his den's right over there underground. I mean, he's been alive a lot of years and gone through many storms, but I'm curious, do they leave the den and go up top? Time to head out of Dodge. We had our second huge band of rain and wind, and it's getting very saturated, and we're starting to see tornado warnings pop up. So while we have a little break in the bands, we are going to head to Mom and Dad's before the roads are too flooded that we can't make it, even in our truck. So here we go.
Ready to go to Grandma's?
Oh, it's balmy. Bipolar weather. All right.
It makes it feel like the storm's over and it hasn't even really got here yet.
Yeah. Well, this is gonna help us get a good night's sleep, because otherwise it would be a night of terror, I'm pretty sure.
Well, there's already a few ponds where there weren't ponds before.
Yeah, it ain't even started yet.
Yeah.
It's gonna be in the morning.
Good morning from Mom and Dad and Eric's house. Everything's good here. We haven't gone back home to our property, so we'll see what's going on when we get back there. That's the neighbor's parrots. It's like Jurassic Park. Mom and Dad lost the top of a tree and a bird feeder. So the guys are gonna clean that up. Then we will go home and see what our property has in store. We do know that the hurricane made landfall pretty close to where Adelia did last year, unfortunately. We do know that Crystal River, all the roads are flooded. A lot of people are still recovering from last year. And so hopefully everything's gonna be all right. And it's coming to Georgia and North Carolina, and it looks like you guys are gonna get inundated. So our love and prayers are out there with everyone. But we just wanted to update you that we are safe, and once we get back to our property, we'll let you know what's happening there.
We're the tree crew. Yeah, here to do our duty.
With that little tiny chainsaw.
Hey, it's bigger than mine.
All right.
We're gonna need a bigger chainsaw.
Fortunately, the tree fell this way and not onto their screened-in pool. I heard it come down early this morning and didn't know exactly what came down, but I heard the crash. We're grateful that we've got Mom and Dad's nice block, solid home, more inland, for our storm shelter. And of course, they've got the pool. And also, Gracie slept much better here because it's so much quieter in this house than ours when it's thundering and windy.
We're heading home. I mean, you never know. I don't think anything happened, but better safe than sorry.
Hurricane hair don't care. Property looks good. The RV's standing, the house is standing, the garage is standing. We have several big branches down. Not surprising to hear that. Lots of flooding. We have several big branches down under our big oaks, but other than that, everything looks good, knock on wood. There's still gonna be rain and some wind and stuff today, but our properties, again, withheld the storm really well. Got a good spot.